the Hijrah of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, right? Because Hijrah is the most important event of history and the history of Islam, right? So timeless lesson from the Hijrah of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam.
1,446 years ago was the biggest turning point in the lives of human beings all over the world. It is known that such things are said a lot, and most often for incidents that are quite irrelevant. However, the migration of Prophet Muhammad ﷺ was a turning point in history. It was the start of a period when he would go from being the oppressed man of Makkah to the one who returned as the beneficent ruler.
Yeah. So now we have two voices. I don't know why. So now to 1446. Why do they have two voices?
I did too earlier.
Yeah, why is double voice? Huh?
Yeah.
Try muting everyone.
Okay, so
This echo.
okay. So now we are about 1446, right? And you know, during Umar time, sometimes Umar confused because he received a letter from different governor, general, sometimes delayed, sometimes early, and then also confused. It is this letter is last year or this year? This Shaban this year or last year? Right? So therefore, he called the people and to have Mashura consultation, we need to have our special year. So there are many suggestions, something, okay, just follow the one that exists already, the Georgian. I said, no. We are existing. We have to have identity. And then I said, okay, let me start from when he was born. When he was born, he's not prophet yet. Okay, start when the first revelation. There's only 5 ayah. Start on his death. That's no good. Death, sorrow's time. So Umar said, what do you think about Hijrah? Some said, let's run away. I said, no, Hijrah not run away. Hijrah is the real sacrifice. Hijrah is the distinguish between haq and batil. Hijrah is the main purpose of establishing the new community, and so on and so on. So in the end, everybody agree, right? So why then Muharram becomes the first year of the Hijrah, right? So therefore, because Islamic calendar for a lunar calendar, so every year you have different 11 days than the Georgian calendar.
He would have to slip away in the night, avoiding murderers, and would come back years later victorious and while glorifying Allah. The lessons from the Hijrah are timeless and for us forever to reflect upon. In fact, even during the time of the Prophet, towards the end of his life, Allah reminded the believers of the Hijrah and of how Allah had helped him through it.
Yeah. So when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala helps someone, anyone, is beyond our imagination, right? Like when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala helping Muhammad sallallahu, the Quran said, وَأَنزَلَ السَّكِينَةَ. He just sent the tranquility, the peace in his heart, right? When Abu Bakr, he saw the enemy in the mouth of the cave, and he said, if one of them go down, they will see us and kill us. Allah could send a rock from the above and smash them. They finish. Allah can send the earthquake. Allah can send anything, or the storm. They fall down. No. He sent us. He sent to Muhammad and Abu Bakr the weakest of his soldiers, spider, and the agent. Right? Is it for Muhammad only? No. It's for us also. When you work for Allah and you sincerely, Allah will give you, sakina. Like what people in Gaza, they live in sakina. Yes, outside look like they are in trouble, but inside, Allah gives them sakina.
The lessons from this are numerable, but we will focus on 5. 1. Allah is not in need of us. Allah starts at the beginning of the verse that even if the believers do not aid the Prophet ﷺ in circumstances when it is not really that difficult, then that is not an issue. Allah will aid his Prophet ﷺ and his religion in ways that none can imagine.
You can imagine. Yeah. So the first lesson, Allah is not in need of us. Without helping, without nothing, Allah SWT can spread the deen easily. Right? But Allah SWT let's set up the law that in the end, the victory will give to the truthful. Sometimes you see the falsehood is up, the tyrant is in control. Nobody can imagine before that Fir'aun came down. Any tyrant, Namrud, even superpower, Soviet Union, now maybe America, one day will be down. Nobody think. Imagine, right? What happened before the British, the great British? No, it's not great anymore. Right? And also in Islam, victory is not only you defeat the enemy, right? But when you're able to steadfast, right, that's victory. You're able to hold into your principle, that's victory, right? Because Mus'ab, the one who first one went to Medina and spread the word, and majority of Medina become Muslim because before Rasulullah come, he did not see the victory during his life because he died in the Battle of Uhud. Hamza the same. Hamza didn't see Fatah Makkah, didn't see that Islam reached Africa, and they didn't see. But they got victory. Yeah. And when his uncle Abu Talib asked Rasulullah to stop what he's doing, and he said, "Uncle, if they put the sun on my right hand and the moon on my left, I will not leave this dawah. Either I am defeated or Allah's religion is manifest." Abu Talib didn't see it. Yeah. So this is the idea of victory in Islam.
Everyone in Makkah expected the Prophet to be dead by the morning, and yet Allah saved him and took him to Medina. He did not need an army to protect him. He only needed Allah. It is a reminder to us that whenever we do something that is for the benefit of Islam, we are only helping ourselves.
Also, yeah. Nobody think that Muhammad will escape. 70,000, 70 young men, ready with their sword like this, surrounding Rasulullah's house. When Rasul leave the house, he just read Surat Yasin. وَجَعَلْنَا مِنْ بَيْنِ أَيْدِيهِمْ سَدًّا وَمِنْ خَلْفِهِمْ سَدًّا. Look like there's a wall before them. Sadda means wall. Before and behind. فَأَغْشَيْنَاهُمْ فَهُمْ لَا يُبْصِرُونَ. Allah make their eyes blind. Just like this. Even the Prophet said, he put the dust on that hair. How are you doing, man? So when a man, the neighbor of Rasulullah came, hey, what are you doing? Shh, waiting for Muhammad. Muhammad, I saw him on the way. No, he's still there. So in the morning when they opened, they found Ali was sleeping there. Right? So this is only for Muhammad? No. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will protect anybody who work for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Right? Allah not only protect their body, their soul, but protect also the deen. Yeah. Jadi when you work for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allah with you. When Musa and Harun, Allah asked them to go to Fir'aun, Inna nakhafu an yafrutu alayna aw an yatgha. Allah, I'm worried. I'm wanted now. They're going to kill us. Qala la takhafa innani ma'akuma asma'u wa ara. Said Musa, Harun, don't worry. I am with you. I see you, I hear you. Right? So therefore, when you do for Islam sincerely, remember this ayah. Say, Allah with you. Allah hear you and see you.
2. Trusting Allah in times of difficulty brings ease. Abu Bakr radiallahu anh and the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam were in the cave and did not have a way out. The Quraysh were nearby and searching for them. As they came close, Abu Bakr whispered to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam about his anxiety. That is when the Prophet replied, "Do not grieve, Allah is with us." The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam did not know exactly what would happen or how Allah would save them, but he knew that as they were on the path of Allah, he would suffice, and he did.
Yeah, last time I mentioned that Gary Miller, one of the reasons became Muslim because of this. Right? He said, if Muhammad was not prophet, when Abu Bakr said, Ya Rasulullah, if one of them bow down, he will see us and kill us. If he's not prophet, he will say, yeah, you're right, man. Let's try to find any escape. I'll surrender, don't kill me. Right? No, he was calm. He said, La tahzan inna Allah ma'ana. Hey, Abu Bakr, you think only you and me? Allah with us. When he said Allah with us, he didn't know that Allah was going to send spider, the pigeon. He didn't tell him before. But as long Allah with us, for us. This is tawakkal in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, especially during difficult time. But tawakkal not mean you don't use the mean. Because Rasulullah tawakkal after what? After he make all preparation. He used all the mean. Right? He live at night. Some people said he used to cover his face like this. And then Makkah and Medina in the north, he went to the south. Right? So he made preparation. And he hired a few people, like Asma, because you're going to stay a few days there, you need food. She's the one who provide them the food. And then Abdullah, her brother, he tried to follow the news, what's going on, and also tried to remove the mark of Rasulullah and Abu Bakr. Right? Even he hired non-Muslim, Ibn Qurayt, because Rasulullah wanted to go to the route that the Quraysh never used it. Right? And also this is, we learn from the trusting also, the real friend during difficult time, right? The real friend during difficult time, how do you know that? So when they arrived in the cave, Abu Bakr knew there's nobody ever to come to this cave. What for would come to the cave? Right? Abu Bakr said, Rasulullah, just wait here, I will check the cave. When he went inside, he saw a lot of the hole. So he cut his turban piece by piece and covered all the hole. No, and you, if you and me, what happened? Hey man, can you check for me? No, this is the referensive. Abu Bakr, he sacrificed himself for him. So after it's clear, no hole, yeah, Abu Bakr said, Rasulullah, come in. So Rasulullah was so tired, it is in the summer, and he slept on the Abu Bakr thigh. While the Prophet was sleeping, he saw one hole uncovered. So he put his feet, covered it. And there was scorpion bite his foot. The scorpion had poison. So his body can sweat. It's painful. But he did not want to bother the Prophet. Maybe if you and me, hey, wake up, man. Look at what happened to me. You're just sleeping. No. He hold it until he couldn't control his tear fall down into the Prophet's forehead. He looked at Bakr Malak. He couldn't say nothing. So he looked at his rifle like this. He make dua on the shafish. And I was thinking, yeah. So we need in life to put our tawakkal in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Right? Because people who are talking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, their life will be beautiful.
Three, obey Allah's orders even if it doesn't make sense. The messenger's life had changed dramatically since he became a prophet, and despite all of this, he kept being the messenger. He never gave up on it despite all the persecution and even having to be driven out of his home, and yet he kept going. This might sound quite weird for us as to why he kept going, and this is the teaching that we obey Allah's orders because he orders them, not because it makes sense to us. And we follow them on and trust that he will make it work as he has ordered us to do the same.
Yeah, obey Allah's order. Something maybe not make sense for you. Right? If you go, especially during hard time, in one area you have to kiss the black stone. And then in Jamarat, you throw the stone. Right? Fajr might be you fresh. You pray 2 rakat. Dohor might be you tired. You pray 4 rakat. So sometimes many things, why it is haram, why it is right. And also Allah promised, Man tarsak saraka sha'anillah, awadahu Allah khairul minhu. If you leave something for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allah will replace with something better. You work in the company and you realize that the company, what you do in the company is not halal. Like somebody called me, can I work delivering pizza? But sometimes somebody ordered the pork, what I going to do? Right? And the many questions with something. So I said, okay, I want to have really, really halal income. So you leave it. Right? Allah will replace that's better than that. When Rasulullah he left Makkah and the Sahaba, it's not easy. Right? Even he looked into Makkah, Allah, you are the most beloved land to me. If my people did not drive me out, I will not leave it. Right? And the Sahaba, some of them had to leave behind what he was worked for hard for a long time. Houses, cattle, and all this. It's not easy. But look at in 8th year, Rasulullah and Sahaba returned to Makkah. They return not as people who are worried and scared because they're, no, as victorious. He's the one in charge now. Everybody was bowed down. Right? Yeah. Not only that, in 20 years, you live in Mecca and Allah replaced with what? With Egypt, or Iran and all this, the city around the Arab Peninsula. And then after the Turkey in Africa. And all this because of this sacrifice. Yeah. So therefore, he said that the civilization is not built based on the lecture, vice, but based on determination and plan, right? And sacrifice. So that how the Islam, spread very fast because of their sacrifice.
Or, with difficulty comes ease. The Prophet had suffered for so long. It was 13 years of almost torture, and it was only now that he was about to be finally coming out of the pain that the Makkans had given him. But little did he know that Allah had planned so much. All that pain was one thing, but what was coming was better. And with the difficulty he had faced, now he was about to open up to a new land.
Amen. Yeah. So therefore, in the last day, the Prophet, before he died, there was Fajr time. Rasulullah missed Salat a few days. Abu Bakr was reading Salat. Right? Anas bin Malik, who reported, he was praying, and the door of the Prophet opened. Right? And this Rasulullah appeared like light. And Anas almost, he broke his Salat. Tell Abu Bakr to step down. He's so happy. He said he's smiling. Oh. Why smiling? Because he want to say the message is accomplished. All the sacrifice, all the challenge, all difficulties is gone by just looking to the fruit. Yeah. So therefore, this is a very important lesson. Right? And when you are in difficulty, remember that innamal usri yusra. Right? Innamal usri yusra. Who said? Allah SWT. For every difficulty, there will be relief. But sometimes Allah delayed for some reason. Yeah. And at the same time also, Muhammad SAW, after that, what? He became like the president, like the king. He sent letters to every countries. So now he's in exist now, have people who support him also. Right? So therefore, and also life is almost like that. Something you're up, something down. Right? When you are down, be patient. When you're up, don't be arrogant. Right? And also we learn from here, so everybody have to play their role. Right? Because not everybody have the same level of iman, of braveness. Like for example, only Umar bin Khattab who left Makkah openly. He made announcement. If anybody want his wife become widow, his children become orphan, so find me in the gate of Makkah. Nobody. Right? Many sahabat dia, Rasulullah, he was very smart to keep to everybody low rule in doing the Bilal, you are good voice, your adhan, and Khalid, you are good, so become leader in the battle, right? But we also have to ask, what privilege Allah give to me, and I work for Islam through that one. I'm good in computer, make good website for Islam, helping the people, begin video, whatever, yeah.
5. Brotherhood. The Hijrah teaches us about brotherhood. Muslims emigrated from Mecca with little or nothing with them, and they were then accepted in Medina almost as if they were the inhabitants. The people of Medina shared their houses, food, and whatever they had to help their brethren from Mecca settle in. It is among the best expressions of brotherhood in the history of humanity. And that is something that Islam brought. It was brought up only by understanding that they were all united under the one Prophet Muhammad.
Yeah? Subhanallah. There is a non-Muslim, he had Islam. He said a lot of things bad about Islam. But one thing he said, I never in history, before and after, that the leader can make brotherhood like Muhammad. Allah. Right? Allah in the Quran mentioned, talk about Muhajirin who left everything. And then وَالَّذِينَ تَبَوَّوا الدَّارَ وَالْإِيمَانِ يُحِبُّونَهُمْ. And those who are accept them Ansar, they open everything. وَلَا فِي شُرُورِهِمْ حَاجَةً. There's nothing in their hearts, right? Ill feeling. Oh man, this people will occupy us. No, they're so happy. And Rasulullah SAW make brotherhood by name. Bilal, you are with this. Suhaib will be this. All the brotherhood. Right? And they never, ever happen like this brother. Right? So, for example, we have by name one of very rich in Makkah on that time, Abdurrahman bin Auf. Abdurrahman bin Auf, because he's rich, was all put with somebody rich also. So he said to Abdurrahman, look, I have 2 houses, take one of them. I have 2 farms, take one of them. I have this and this and this. But many of Muhajirin did not take advantage. I said, look, thank you very much, Jazakallah khair, but show me a market because I'm merchant. And then he did. He just bought something and then he sell it. In 3 months, he became the richest one in Medina. Right? So this is why Islam was spread very fast, because they love between one another unbelievable. Right? You know, this ayah was revealed also because one day Rasulullah he received a guest from Makkah. Rasulullah asked his companion, you know, after he asked all his wife, there's no food in his house. Wow. No food. And then anybody want to take my guess? No, if I make enough money in the masjid, anybody want to get my guess? I don't have food. He was saying, okay, you. He said, all of his companions, they raised their hand like this. Me. And they didn't know if they have food at home or not. Right? Imagine you take one of them and said, honey, you know, I have guests. And what? You didn't tell me that. This is sudden. So Rasulullah appointed one of the Sahaba, Ansar, okay, you take him. You take him. He asked his wife, said, we have food. We only have food for our children. Can make them sleep. We have guests. Rasulullah guests. Right? So after his wife prepared the food, and he asked his wife to play with the lamb. Look like they can see very good. They make it so. You know, the Arab always eat one plate together. So he pretended eating, but he didn't eat it because the food only enough for one person. And the girl was eating good. And then thank you very much. And he left, sleep in the masjid. So that night, the father, the mother, and the kid did not sleep. Actually, did not eat. They sleep hungry. But for the guests. So when he went to masjid, Rasulullah smiled and said, oh, Allah amazed. Somebody said, Allah laughed. Allah so happy for what you did last night. I said, Rasulullah, nobody know. Yes, you want secret, but Allah opened it. Right? وَيُؤْثِرُونَ عَلَىٰ أَنفُسِهِمْ وَلَوْ كَانَ بِهِمْ خَصَاصَةٌ. This ayah revealed for this person. Yeah.
These are some of the many, many lessons that the Hijrah has taught us. Today, as the world descends into chaos and life becomes difficult again, it is worth remembering the Hijrah that happened 1,446 years ago. Most importantly, let us all make our own Hijrah, from deeds that Allah doesn't like towards the deeds that Allah loves.
Yeah. So the brothers, because of their hijrah, because of their sacrifice, we are Muslim. Without that, khalas. Yeah. So therefore, this deen needs sacrifice. This deen need people who really take it serious. Right? And sometimes it's not easy. Like one Sahaba by name Suhaib. Suhaib, he was slave when he's in Makkah. And then he became Muslim and they got free, but he goes in business. When we went to Hijrah, the Quraysh stopped. Where are you going, man? You come here, you are homeless. No, you're going to live with all this. And Suhaib said, if I tell you where is my wealth in Makkah, are you going to let me go? I said, yeah, I don't need you. I need your wealth. So he mentioned here. And Suhaib left everything. You know, sometimes you thinking look like easy, right? Imagine you work for 40 years, where you have house, you have car, you have this, and suddenly you have to live there. It's not easy, right? So therefore, when he arrived in Medina, Rasulullah SAW said, Rabbi halbe ya Abi Yahya. Your merchant is profited, fruit. That means you get the benefit. And also, Matara mentioned that Allah revealed the ayah. Also, nobody know what happened, right? But Jibril told Muhammad, وَمِنَ النَّاسِ مَنْ يَشْرِي نَفْسَهُ ابْتِغَاءَ مَرْضَاتِ اللَّهِ. Among the people who sold their soul. He sold their wealth, but also like they sold his soul. Yeah. So we need sacrifice. Our sacrifice, alhamdulillah, not like what you call like Suhaib. Maybe, you work in company that's not halal. Or somebody offer you business not halal. Like Yusuf alayhi salam. When he know that, I know before only Zulaikha, not every woman seduce him. قال رب السجن أحب إلي. So Allah, I rather to be in jail than I have to be. The ulama said, Yusuf, if Yusuf fulfill the need of the woman, there's many excuses. Number one is strangers. Before sometimes stranger, you're not worried. He was young, he was single, he was slave. The woman still seemed beautiful, and she locked the door. But no, he sacrificed. Right? Yeah. Yeah, maybe a sister wearing hijab in the summertime. Today 80 degrees, man. People say, man, you're crazy. In the summertime, yes. Yeah, but this is, the deen, right? Yeah. So, but now I would just remind you about fasting Ashura.
Ashura, fasting Ashura. What is Ashura and why is it important? The Prophet ﷺ never abandoned fasting the day of Ashura. We are told that there are 4 things which the Prophet never gave up: fasting Ashura, fasting during the 10 days of Dhul Hijjah, fasting 3 days of each month, and praying 2 rak'at before al-Ghada, that is Fajr.
Yeah. Ashura used to be wajib. He said when Rasulullah in Makkah, the Ashura become one day of fasting. And so when he went to Medina, and the Jews was loving, man, the Prophet didn't have their own. I mean, everything follow us. The Qibla follow us. Fasting follow us. So therefore, when fasting Ramadan was revealed, Rasul was so happy, right? And then fasting Ashura becomes sunnah. So you can continue or not continue. But Rasul is continue. Yeah.
When the Prophet ﷺ arrived in Medina, the Jews were observing the fast on Ashura, and they said, "This is the day when Moses became victorious over Pharaoh." On that, excuse me, on that, the Prophet ﷺ said to his companions, "You Muslims have more right to celebrate Moses' victory than they have, so observe the fast on this day."
Yeah. Look his humbleness. Hey, Musa, my brother, right? We deserve more than that. Muslim, right? But when somebody said, Rasulullah, it means we just imitate them. And he said, if I still alive next year, I am going to fast a day before. So go Tasuma, right? So if you're going to fast, it's good not fast one day. Right? I think this year will be on 16th of July. So start 15, fasting on 15th. So in conclusion, you can fast only one day, Ashura, or you fast a day before, not Tasua, to follow Sunnah Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. But Rasulullah died before he fulfilled it, what he wanted. Or you can fast 10 and then 11, right? Or you can fast 9, 10, and 11, whatever you can, right? But the best, I think, 9 and 10. Yeah, and the reward of fasting, Allah will forgive 2 years of previous sin and the next sin. Yeah.
What is the reward of fasting Ashura? Fasting on the day of Ashura does expiate for the past year, because the Prophet, peace and blessings of Allah be upon him, said, "Fasting on the day of Arafah, I hope Allah will expiate thereby for the year before it and the year after it. And fasting the day of Ashura, I hope Allah will expiate thereby for the year that came before it."
One day. One day, Ashura. But I know it is long, 19 hours. But 1 year, how many sin we have? Right? So don't miss it. Try as best you can.
Hijrah was one of the most important events in the history of Islam. It is for this reason Umar, may Allah be pleased with him, adopted Hijrah date to calculate years.
Yeah. But he said there is no Hijrah after Fatah Makkah. That we know Hijrah from Makkah to Medina. That's what you call a physical Hijrah. What we need now is spiritual Hijrah. Hijrah from laziness in doing ibadah to have power, spirit in ibadah. Yeah. Hijrah from taking bad word, backbiting, to making a lot of zikir and reading Quran. Yeah. Hijrah from bad habit, right, to good habit. Hijrah from, evil akhlaq to good akhlaq, right? Because I said, al-muhajir man hajara ma harramallah. Muhajir, the one we regretted, is the one who hijrah from everything that make Allah dislike. What Allah dislike, he said, no, that's hijrah. Right? Is hijrah easy? No. وَالَّذِينَ آمَنُوا وَهَاجَرُوا وَجَاهَدُوا. Those who believe. What kind of belief? Hijrah. Right? To do hijrah, we did jahadu. We need to struggle. Especially for it's something that used to. Like wake up for Fajr. Some people are difficult, so you need to have hijrah.
From 5 powerful lessons from the Hijrah. Stepping out of our comfort zone precedes Allah's blessings and ease. Trust in Allah and rely on Him. The closer you are to Allah's light and guidance, the sooner it will illuminate our lives. When things get extremely tough, they are only going to get better. You are never alone.
Never alone, right? So here also it said, more you closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, right? Allah gives you light. But also the hadith, more you closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He will test it with greater calamity, right? Because He said the biggest calamity is to the prophets, and the people, lower than that and continue. So more your iman high, will test will come. But even that test, but you will feel not like people who have nothing in their hearts. Allah being the sakina to the people. Yeah. Because what? Because the what you call, when you are in situation like that, whatever you do, we can be, for example, Ali bin Abi Talib was asked about what's the strong thing that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has created, a shed. And then he said the mountain, because the mountain can make what you call the earth is stable. Wow. And then is any of our creation thrown on the mountain? He said yes. The iron, the metal can destroy the mountain. What's next? The fire. What's next? The water. What's next? The wind. The wind can blow. I said, what's next? Human being, right? Because human being can make the wall, can make the house, can make anything to preserve from the wind and all this. But then what's next? He said alcohol. Because human being, they have everything, but he drank and then forgot everything. What's stronger than alcohol? Just sleep. And you drunk and you sleep, and then you fresh again. What's stronger than sleep? Because of that, you cannot sleep. It is stress and distress. Stress and distress. People couldn't sleep because too much. They cannot handle it. Right? What's stronger than stress? It said, dhikrullah. Remember Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah. So dhikr is the stronger. Because when you have dhikr, you have sakina. Ala inna bi dhikrillah tatma'innul qulub. By making dhikr, the heart is become calm. Right? Look, you gotta sleep in dhikr. Subhanallah, alhamdulillah, make 100, 200, you will sleep, man. Yeah, so dhikr is the strongest of Allah creation, if you really understand. Yeah. Yeah, I think the last one.
2. Hijrah to Medina. Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam and the companions migrated to Medina. Allah praised them and has promised them the great reward. Muhajirs became the best of the companions due to the fact that they fled with their deen and left behind the most precious of things that they owned from houses and wealth and relatives and tribe. They gave that up for Allah and for His cause and seeking His pleasure.
It's a pleasure. Yeah. So as we mentioned that there is many lessons we can learn from the Hijrah of Rasulullah Sallallahu. So let me continue reading the Sirah so it can affect you, and also as best we can, become muhajirin, not physical. You don't need to move your place, but spiritual hijrah from the shirk, to become a strong tawhid. Hijrah from bad muamalah to good muamalah, from bad akhlaq to good akhlaq, inshallah. So by doing that, inshallah, Allah SWT will send us sakinah in this life. Yeah? Yeah. Any question? Alhamdulillah hamdan yuafi ni'amuka fi mazida rabbana lakal hamdu kama yanbaghi li jalali wajhika wa 'azimi sultanik. Allahumma salli wa sallim ala sayyidina wa ala sahbihi ajma'in. Allahumma anfa'na bima 'allamtana wa qina adhaban nar. اللهم أنزل علينا السكينة اللهم أنزل علينا مطمئنة ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار ربنا تقبل منا إنك أنت السميع العليم وتب علينا إنك أنت التواب الرحيم وصلى الله وسلم على الله رب العالمين.
Jazakallahu khairan, Imam Jabal.
وإياك.
Jazakallah.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.